Hey guys, it's me, Vinny B, and I want to talk to you about Man of Steel, my favorite superhero movie. Man of Steel is a 2013 superhero film based on the DC Comics character Superman, produced by Warner Brother Picture, Legendary Picture, DC Entertainment, Syncope, and Peters Entertainment, and distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures, and the first installment in the DC Extended Universe, which is the DCEU. The film was directed by Zack Snyder, written by David S. Goyer, and stars Henry Cavill and Lawrence Fishburne. And it's a reboot of the Superman film series that portrays the character origin story. In the film, Clark Kent learns that he is a superpowered alien from the planet Krypton. And today, in this video essay, I'm going to talk to you about why it's my favorite movie ever. So buckle up, because I'm going to be really good. So the one thing I want to talk to you guys about today is the characters in this movie. Because I don't know if you've seen the old Superman movies from 1974, but the characters in that movie are very comic booky, and while that works in some respects, the characters in this movie were really realistic. Like, let's take Lois Lane for example. In the first Superman movie, she was just a damsel in distress, but in this movie, her character actually has purpose. Lois Lane is more than just a meat puppet for Clark Kent to be flying around with. She's a person, and a person that we can like. I know a lot of girls who look up to Lois Lane as a character because she reminds them of her, and she reminds them of themselves. And I think the characterization in this movie with characters like that, and Jimmy Olsen, and Kal-El, and Zod, they were all made to be really relatable and understandable. And I think for that reason, this movie works really well. Because if you've seen The Dark Knight, which is my favorite movie ever made, you would know that this is a Dark Knight approach to the Superman mythos, which means that they made a movie that was much more grounded in reality and asked the question, what would we do if the Superman was real? Because if we're being honest, that's a scary question to ask. We wouldn't joke about it and put him in underwear. It would be a very scary thing to happen. And because of that, this movie answers that question. What would happen if the Superman was real? And because of that, this movie has real characters that puts them into real situations, which remind me of situations that I've found myself in. The next thing I want to talk about is the exhilarating action that this movie has. This movie is always on the edge of your seat. You've never seen anything like it. From the first moments on the planet Krypton to the final moments with the fight on Earth, you're constantly grabbing at your seat. And if you have popcorn, get ready for it to spill, because you've never seen a movie like this. And I think the action really does aid in its story, but the thing about it is that this movie doesn't rely on that action. The characters that we were previously talking about are the thing that holds this movie together. And if it didn't have characters to hold it together, the action would still be really good. But that's not enough for this movie to stand on its own. What it does instead is it uses reliable characters, characters you can trust, and then it uses them for you to rely on them for you to like this movie. But the action is really good stuff, guys. Like, you're gonna throw your popcorn down with excitement. And if you haven't seen the action in this movie, get ready, because it's another level. Another really exciting part of this movie is the score by Hans Zimmer. This movie cements Hans Zimmer as one of the world's greatest composers, up there with the likes of John Williams. Because the score for this movie is really exciting, guys. It's stuff that's going to make you sit on the edge of your seat. And because of the score, this movie gets elevated to another level. And speaking of elevation to another level, I haven't even gotten started on the cinematography in this movie. This movie has some of the best shots I've ever seen in any movie ever. There are so many shots in this movie that I would get framed on my wall. And I know people who have these movie shots framed on their wall because it's just that good looking. It's some of the best cinematography that I've ever seen in any movie ever. There's a shot where Superman is flying around the world, and because of that shot, it looks beautiful. And it's some of the best Superman action I think I've ever seen. It's some of the best action I've ever seen. The director, Zack Snyder, has a way of making movies look really good. This guy's vision is one of the largest scope visions that you've ever seen played out in a movie. If you haven't seen it, get ready, because you've never seen anything like it before. And Zack Snyder directed Batman v Superman, which I would love to do a video on. And he also produced Wonder Woman, which I would love to do a video on. And he directed Justice League, which I would love to do a video on, because these are some of my favorite movies ever made. And if you watch all these movies, you'll notice the one thing that they have in common is that they're gorgeous. These are the types of movies that they make 4K Ultra TV for. It's movies like this, and it'll make you feel things in a way that you haven't before. And that's all because of visually how stunning this movie is. Very, very similar visually to Batman v Superman. And I also want to talk about the scope of this movie. This is a big superhero action movie, but at its heart, it's a small, intimate story about a farmer and his family and the girl he loves. And if these elements of storytelling sound familiar to you, it's because it's all things that we know. These are all things that we've experienced. And because of that, he's able to make a character like Superman, a god, relatable to people like me, who also have relationship troubles and problems getting the girl. And it's the relatability of the character that makes it interesting to watch, because if you don't have anything in common with the character, I don't know why you're watching the movie. The last thing I have to talk about is the amazing acting, because this movie has Michael Shannon, Henry Cavill, Lawrence Fishburne, Amy Adams, Kevin Costner. Some of the greatest actors of our time are in this movie, and it might have not worked as well if you don't have actors like that making these characters feel more realistic in these small, intimate moments with the characters. And that's why Man of Steel is my favorite movie. Hey guys, it's me, Vinny B, and I just wanted to thank you for watching my video essay on why Man of Steel is one of my favorite movies. So when you watch this, please let me know what you think, because if you agree with my opinions, let me know. And if you don't agree with my opinions, please let me know, because I would like to know. And Zack Snyder is one of my favorite directors, so I did this video celebrating the Snyder Cut, which comes out Friday, so make sure that you watch it, and check back here for a review of the Snyder Cut when it comes out. Remember to click like and subscribe. See you next time. Vinny B out.